New York City, 1976. Author and researcher Zecharia Sitchin publishes his book The 12th Planet, introducing his revolutionary interpretation of the Anunnaki deities. After studying Sumerian cuneiform tablets for 30 years, he asserts that these so-called Sumerian gods were in fact extraterrestrials that landed on Earth in Mesopotamia more than 450,000 years ago. According to Sitchin's translations, the Anunnaki both created human beings and also had a part in mankind's downfall when a great flood nearly destroyed all life on Earth. But why? What was the purpose of the Anunnaki's earthly visitations? And why did they create the creature known as man? Nick Redfern. Zecharia Sitchin wrote a number of well-received books on the Anunnaki, which he believed were basically extraterrestrial entities from a planet called Nibiru, which he quite controversially believed actually exists in our solar system. His theory was they upgraded the human race and used them as sort of a slave species. Sitchin understood, based on his interpretation of the tablets, the mission had to do with the failing atmosphere around the planet Nibiru, and that when they came to mine gold. Jason Martell. The Anunnaki had damaged their atmosphere, and by using gold, they found that they could patch these atmospheric holes becomes the story of our humanity. The Anunnaki literally came to Earth to mine the gold, and when realizing it was such a toil to do so, created us as a worker race to do that for them. Zecharia Sitchin's hypothesis that the Anunnaki came to work to mine gold and then created humans to perform the task was both bold and controversial. Needless to say, it was not embraced by mainstream scholars. But many ancient astronaut theorists believe that Sitchin's interpretation of the tablets is not only correct, but also provides compelling evidence that the Anunnaki created mankind. Linda Moulton. How? What if the whole Anunnaki story is a global story of a non-human intelligence that was manipulating genes all over the planet? That it wasn't just gold, it was a planetary base. William Henry. The Anunnaki said that they came from the Nibiru, and they believed that Nibiru is a star, a gate, and a crossing place, opening up the possibility that the Anunnaki are actually traveling the stars through stargates and wormholes. Northern Iraq, along the east bank of the Tigris River opposite the city of Mosul, lies the ruins of the ancient city of Nineveh, a place originally inhabited by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia. Here in 1842, British archaeologist Austen Henry Layard unearthed the ruins of the Great Library of Ashurbanipal, a royal archive containing thousands of clay tablets with cuneiform inscriptions. Dating to 3000 BC, the messages carved into stone are considered to be the world's first written accounts. Sumerian tablets are probably one of the oldest form of a written record that we have. They've been translated, and they tell exciting stories about how gods intermingled with human beings and actually had a hand in the creation of human beings. Whether or not it's just mythology or if it's fact, no one really knows. According to interpretations of the Sumerian tablets, the gods were called the Anunnaki. What we're looking at here is a Sumerian tablet that actually shows the tree of life flanked by divine beings. You can see here the Anunnaki on each side. We also see the winged disc, a symbolic reference that the Anunnaki had the power of flight. Necklaces with astronomical references, a moon, a star, various symbols, which even could be symbolized as a wristwatch, technology being used 6,000 years ago. The written accounts etched into stone suggest the Anunnaki were giant beings standing 8 feet tall who came to Earth in search of gold for their home planet. Jason Martell. When the Sumerian gods, the Anunnaki, realized the toll it was taking to mine the gold themselves, they decided to fashion a worker being, a slave to mine the gold for them. And they explain in the Sumerian creation tales that this was an arduous process. So it's very possible that our genetic evolution was a process done by the Anunnaki to create us in their image and after their likeness. They created man according to the Sumerian text. They created Adam and Eve. How interesting that the Bible will echo the story, but talk about it in terms of God. Nick Redfern. It's almost like these highly advanced creatures were acting as teachers. And certainly Sumerian culture and mythology is full of stories of receiving visitations from these mysterious higher entities that, bestowed wisdom and fantastic ideas and concepts. And you have to wonder, is this just down to myth? Or was somebody coming down and really trying to give us a push, if you like? Ancient chronicles of sky beings creating human life are common in early cultures found all over the world. But while mainstream scholars often dismiss this evidence, might such tangible historical accounts provide proof of alien intervention in man's evolution, as ancient astronaut theorists believe? The Sumerians are not the only culture that talks about this. Also, in the Quran, it says that language was given to us by Allah, or God. The Maya Popol Vuh says that language was given to us by the gods. The ancient Egyptian texts are saying the exact same thing. It doesn't matter what ancient culture we look at. They all say the same, that language was a gift from the gods. We should finally come to grips with the idea that extraterrestrials had something to do with our development. Prior to the use of early systems of writing, ancient people carved symbolic communication into stone called petroglyphs. The oldest date to about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. According to ancient astronaut theorists, petroglyphs located in the American Southwest link the prehistoric ancestors of the Zuni and Hopi tribes with star beings. Interpreter. The first graphic expressions by humans were petroglyphs. That means symbols or figures scratched into stones. The Hopi Indians, for example, scratched petroglyphs into their rock faces that show people with radiating wreaths, gods that descend from the sky. The Hopi Indians say that these beings are kachinas, beings from space who came to Earth in aircraft who are not gods, but who brought them knowledge from another planet. We have the same phenomenon in Europe in Val Camonica. We have it in Asia. We have it in Brazil. When we look at the fact that all around the world, we hear similar legends of people from the stars coming down and having a profound impact on the people of this country or that particular culture, all in broadly similar time frames. We're seeing a pattern developing. And it's difficult to dismiss that that pattern is suggestive in our ancient past creatures came down and interacted with us and maybe manipulated us to become the people we are today. The Lascaux Caves, southwestern France.